do 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 do. Hey Jay.
Hey.
That tone of that voice, this musician that we have on the line, that note
I
was
know.
supreme.
You're gonna have to start calling my manager now and scheduling me. Very busy. Nah. How are ya?
I'm doing good. End of lockdown. Woo!
I know. I can't believe it.
I know. When they announced it, I'm like, yeah. Knew it
It's
was
only
coming.
like how many hours? Like 4 hours to go?
You know what I would like to do? Because this happened in
Can't remember.
Sydney. Because Kmart's just down the road, and I know that I'm not going to join the line. I'm not that crazy. But you know how there was a line in Sydney? I like to see if that actually happens here. Like a bit nut of nutcases around where I'm, living.
There's a few of them, hey?
Just a tad.
You
Next
can fit
minute,
right
Jess is in the queue and she's on the news going, "This is bloody amazing."
Yeah, I can see you on the news. In the line. I'm queuing because I want to.
Leave me alone. I've done the whole of wherever I'm not going to say where I'm living, but I've done the whole, like that Karen in like Brighton. I've done the
Yeah.
whole of Brighton. Whoop-de-doo, Karen.
I've done the whole of Melbourne. I'm done.
Have you? You've been walking around, yeah?
Yeah, I've done Albert Park. I've done Faulkner Park. I've done Botanical Gardens. I've done the Tan. I've done the Yarra. I've done Fitzroy Gardens. I've done everywhere you can go in my radius. I've walked every street, every little dead end.
Lol. Well,
But
it would be
dude,
inspiration for your music videos.
yeah, there's a few like good locations, which I was like, ooh, that would be
Oh, this is fun.
cool.
I'd love to do that again. That was actually really fun.
Yeah, we need to do shoots again. That will be fun.
We'll figure it
Get
out.
into that. Yeah.
So, what are you doing on your freedom? What are you doing, James, with your freedom?
Freedom. I have a date, so we're just
Ooh,
going to drink with Nick.
Nick.
Yeah, he's new.
He's new.
New.
I love it. I love it. What happened to our mate? Old mate.
He just went quiet, and I was just like, "Do I keep messaging?" I was like, "Nah,
That
just let it go."
that old chestnut. I could never do that.
What? Let it
Am
go
I?
quiet?
Yeah, I'd always be like,
I've always been that person. I'm always that person, like messaging, being like, "Hey, how you doing?"
I'm that person
And
too.
I'm
But
just
if I
like,
was the other person, I've done this before where I'm like, I'm just not interested. But people just, I don't know. We got
I don't
another
know.
one, Nick.
I just feel like you just waste time. You know what I mean? When it's not going back and forward and all that kind of stuff. It's just like, if you've got a message all the time, I just don't have time to be like, "Hey, what's up? Hey, how was your day?"
Does
Blah,
he
blah, blah.
reply?
I've done that. I've been there. Yeah,
The
he
short
always replies.
answers. Yeah.
No, long answers, and then we get into conversations. But it's just like, why? I'm just over having to be the conversation fire starter. It's like I've got
Yeah.
to start the fire every single time, and I just don't want to do that. I've gotten to that stage of my life where I'm just like, nope, I'm not talking to people who don't want to talk back or want to give me weird answers or short answers. I'm just not there anymore. If you want to have a decent conversation with me, I'm all for it. If you want to have a two-way street where sometimes I talk, other times you talk, and we don't have to bloody keep score.
Yeah.
But you know when you keep score and it's just like, okay, it's like 10 to James,
Yeah.
1 to the other person, and it's just like, okay, like, nah, I'm
I
not
know
going
what
to
you
keep
mean.
talking and talking and talking, even though I can.
But
I
why
can
should you?
talk. But
Yeah.
it's like I can to the point where I'm just like, no, like, why do I always have to initiate it? Why?
Why? Nah.
But then again, it's just also like, why do I not have to initiate it as well? But then I don't know. I'm just in that mood, Jessica. I'm in a mood where I'm just like, I don't want to have to do that every single time. And it's always the same. Do you find that? It's always
Yeah.
the same. Send a message and it's always just like, and then the person gets back and they're like, yeah, I'm good, like blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's fine. Like, it's not like, oh, I hate you, stop messaging me. But it's just like, why do I always have to be the one to say hey?
You know what else I find, especially I found it with me, is when someone goes, when you message someone and I'm just like, oh, they're gonna, what's gonna happen? And then I forget about it. And then they message back and I'm just like, oh, I'm so excited. That's when you know that
I used to always have that.
that's the problem. And I've noticed it, yeah, like with me in the past. I'm just like, no, it shouldn't be like that. It should be like, oh yeah, it's this, but like how I talk to you,
Yeah.
you're not keeping score. That's a perfect way to say it. You just, the flow
I
is there.
I like when you don't have to keep score. That's when
Yeah,
it's fun.
that's when you know. And it's not
Yeah.
short answers. I freaking hate short answers. Or it's that long paragraph and they're just like, okay, surely that's enough. I don't have to message for another week. So they give you a
Yeah.
big paragraph. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just stop with the
Yeah.
games.
Oh, so many games. Over the games. I don't
Um,
play games.
I've got limited time on Earth. I have to get moving for a boy or a
Me
girl. Like it's
too.
the same.
Yeah. It's enough's enough. Stop
Yeah,
playing me.
your time is valuable, James.
No, I
Valuable.
made a song today, guys.
Hum a few bars, James.
Yeah. Okay. Mm, 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 mm.
Well done. Very
I
nice.
know.
Is it the one you
Sold
posted
it.
today? Amory
Yeah, I posted it on my Insta, Amory Beach. Go over there. Have a good time.
Amorybeech. Did I get it right?
Yeah, you
No,
did. You nailed it.
I know
Nailed.
how to go. I know
I
how.
got excited. I saw the promo on Netflix for the glass blowing show,
Oh, I
the
didn't see.
Christmas. I'm like, that looks cool. So I'm like, I might give that a watch when it comes out. Because it's like almost Christmas.
I
I
know.
know it's October, but hey, I'm already talking about Christmas.
You watch. You go to the shops that will now be open soon in Melbourne. It will be like partially, if not half of it, Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
It'll be all
What are you
discounted.
buying?
You know what I really
Gotta get.
want? More than anything on this earth, I really want those really, how do I explain? European pillows. The big
Ah,
ones
yeah.
for your, that's what I really want. But whenever I go, it's not enough stuffing. So now I'm trying to think, do I make it myself? Because you can't stuff that up. It's like a square, yeah. And I just like buy the stuffing and put as much as I want, and I'll do it myself. Because whenever I go, it's like another thing. The high-end pillows are just ridiculous. But I guess
How much?
Posturepedic and all of that, like 60, $40. I'm like, I can go to bloody Spotlight and freaking like make that shit myself for $20.
Be crafty. Go do it.
I should. Maybe that's my
Be
weekend.
crafty. Just being a Lynn crafts. Crafty.
Actually, not a bad idea. Maybe I should. We've got this old as like sewing machine. We have to press on like I don't know modern
Oh
sewing.
my god, we can do the podcast together.
Yeah, we didn't think this through, did we?
Lol. That's so funny.
We're out of the game.
Anyway, for next week we can do it. What were we
We should
saying?
take it to the park.
Oh yeah, we could take it to the park.
Imagine if we could take it to the park. All right.
We
Stay
could.
tuned. Stay tuned. It'll be raining. It'll be piss raining. Watch. It's going to be like,
Be positive.
okay, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Yes. So you're going to go to Lincraft. That's your weekend planned.
I always go to Spotlight for the deals. So I'll go there, look at the stuffing, look at the material. Oh, I can choose the material. Do I want velvet? Do I want Disney characters on my pillows? Oh, wow. Okay. I'm actually quite keen. I make this big ass pillow and can't, take it anywhere. It just lives on my bed
Lol.
because it's not appropriate.
I think I can see you with like a frozen one.
Yeah. I can fit into the size 16 frozen dress in the kids section of like Kmart or something it was. I tried that on.
Well done.
No, it's fun.
You're a Disney princess for a day. Did you buy it?
No, because it's like $1 million, yeah. I'm like,
It
where am
was
I
like
gonna
what,
go?
40, $50?
Yeah. I'm like, nah. I'll spend it on food, my go-to, my one love.
Yep. Have you been buying noodles?
No, I stopped that. It was getting a bit. Oh, did I tell you about my Korean noodle thing?
Yeah, you
I don't
told
know
us
who I've
last week.
I don't know who I've told. But yeah, it was
Yep.
getting to a point my tummy was not handling it, whatever that was in it. And
The
I started
MSG.
buying, yeah, it was kind of like I was not even buying the spicy ones. So whatever MSG or whatever the hell was in there, that
You had to stop.
Jess's time is valuable and she shouldn't be living in the toilet.
Yeah. So did you want to introduce our topic for the week?
Do, 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 do. So it's the Simpsons.
You already kind of introduced it, yeah.
Yeah, true. How did I even come up with this?
I don't know, you just randomly messaged me and you said this is the topic for this week. And I was like, okay, different, random. That's our podcast.
Was it an ad on Facebook for The Simpsons? And I was just like, ooh, because I don't even.
Guess what comes out tomorrow?
What?
Lana Del Rey's new album, Blue Banisters.
Did she bring that out?
Yeah, it drops tomorrow. She brought out her music video clip for Blue Banisters yesterday.
How did you know? Because she's cancelled her Insta. How did you know?
No, she told us before she left Insta. She said the 22nd of October.
Imagine if she
22102021. Nah, I reckon she's actually gonna drop it. Because she dropped the video today.
Oh.
And it's not tomorrow. Like the video for Blue Banisters. So that came out. And then I watched that. It was actually really good. Very homey again. A lot of people like in the comment sections is like these videos are so shit compared to her earlier ones. They're like, what is she doing? I'm just like, it's just because it's a different vibe now. She doesn't care about like the famous like glamour kind of look. Now she's just going for, I guess, homely kind of.
Nice.
Yeah, a home kind of feel to it. Home video. She's just baking a cake with her sister.
Oh my God. I like it. It's something, I think maybe it's something to do with coronavirus, how it's just made you more homely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's tradition
Has
for
to.
us to drive somewhere and listen to the album.
I know, right?
We were going
Oh,
to
maybe
Louis,
that's what we
isn't
can
it?
do this weekend. Huh?
We can drive to Spotlight and listen to the album.
And get some what do you call it? Get some pillows.
Yeah.
Fabric.
Jess
Lol.
caved in. They were having a sale and she bought them.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
The Simpsons.
Oh, true. Yeah, the topic.
Oh,
So we're talking about predictions, how they've predicted
yeah.
certain events back in the 2000s and I think the 90s. And some of them have come true and some of them are insanely accurate. I posted the picture. I was just like, what the hell was the Kamala Harris one when she got elected?
Mm.
And then you got Lisa Simpson with the same kind of purple suit looking thing with like a necklace, and Kamala Harris had a necklace. I'm like, why wouldn't you have a necklace on if you're like going for president or whatever? What is she? She's not president, she's vice
Vice.
president.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Vice.
vice.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit. But yeah, I have like a few. I have a few in the works. And I remember watching back in the day, we would have been in high school, the episode with Trump, President Donald Trump, or ex-president now. And I was just like, whatever. And they mentioned it more than once. So I don't know whether they've manifested that. We can blame the Simpsons for manifesting it into reality.
I think that you kind of do that, like by speaking about something, you're giving it permission.
Yeah. I take back what I said. It's not oh, I didn't say it was going to rain. It's not going to rain. It's going to be really sunny and it's going to be lovely weather for the beach. And James is going to be a superstar and we're going to Spotlight.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
Jess is gonna be CEO.
Lol.
Lol.
What was I saying?
Simpsons.
Oh, yeah, true. I was just thinking, wouldn't it be cool if you actually released your album on the day Lana releases hers?
See, like
Competition.
I don't have it done. If I had it done, yeah.
Oh, you got 4 more songs, yeah?
Yeah. 4 more to go.
Do you have a feeling? What are
Gotta
you
get
going to call
through
it?
it.
Like, what are you going to call the album?
Oh, you already know it. Kumquat Dreams.
Oh, okay. I thought it would be like The Walker.
Nah.
The Avery.
The Walker. Airy Beach Kumquat Dreams.
Nice.
But it won't be out until December.
We'll blame COVID. We can blame COVID for everything.
Well, that was my goal, was to get 12-track album done by the end of the year on vinyl.
It's not
So
bad.
it's gonna cost me $2,000 to get them on vinyl, but there will only be 100 of them. So it's gonna be a rare little record, which will be cool. Maybe it'll be worth something one day.
It's true. You can have it framed too. Like when you build your house, you can have it framed. Like as you enter the house, it's just a framed vinyl. Or like an even bigger one.
Yeah, could. That'd be cool.
I can imagine it. Yeah. Just all of your albums like on the wall as you like walk through the house, just like
Yeah, that'd be fun. Also, we need to do our duet.
we do. I've got so many things. I'm so keen to do it. It's like as soon as they announced the lockdown was over, I was like, it's kind of like Dracula, like falling, like he's asleep in his coffin, and then you just rise and you're just like shit.
Oh shit, gotta get out.
But
So Donald Trump they predicted that. I kind of feel they spoke that into existence.
Yes, Simpsons. God.
Wasn't there one about 9/11?
Yeah, far out. I know that there was a movie and the end scene is like them in a building and people like a boy and a girl were holding hands and like these buildings were falling and they were just like, that kind of looks like 9/11.
Do you
Oh,
reckon they just hire terrorists to make it happen? Simpsons.
yeah. Terrible, isn't it? Every year I go through this thing where I watch videos of 9/11. I'm just like, I'm not helping anyone.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
an
maybe the
interesting vibe.
Simpsons are in like an elite group of people who know what's going to be happening, and they talk about it and they're plotting it, and then he just starts writing what he found out at the party. They're like, yeah, Donald Trump will be president one day. And he's like, okay. So he puts up President Donald Trump.
It's kind of like I don't know, I stumbled across this today and there's this story about like there's crystal skulls. I don't know if anyone knows the story. And they were like centuries old and they were like placed, these crystal skulls, and they're in like the Victoria and Albert Museum, the Smithsonian or something like that. And the story goes is that aliens came and put these crystal skulls all over the earth, right? And apparently like when you lift one up, like they've done all these examinations and they're saying like nothing that we have has actually, because it's so smooth and there's no dints or anything like that, like it's actually impossible. And like for us like as human beings to create it, but there's all these theories how because it's centuries old, that probably throughout time we've figured out how to chisel and then we've just chiseled it, or I don't know, there's like so many theories. And then there's this movie Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skulls where he goes into like a temple and he pulls out this crystal skull, and they were just, it's actually quite funny how a lot of things like even like the Simpsons throughout time, like they're probably just pulling like all these like conspiracy theories and just like infusing it, and then when something like remotely kind of like correlates to that, you're just like oh my god, the Simpsons.
I think it's also like interesting how you kind of, will say like a comment about something or say that, and then all of a sudden it happens.
Yeah.
Like something you didn't mean, like you got to spoken about it, and then it's like, oh shit. Then it happens, and you're like, oh, holy crap. Like, oh, and it's just like, was it you or was it just coincidence?
It's weird though, isn't it? Because when you say, it's kind of like not even
Like when you're like, that person's really dodgy, and then you find out that they were stealing from the shop, and you're like, oh yeah, you were right.
I love it when no one else picks it up but you as well.
Yeah.
And you're just like, something's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happens to me quite a bit as well. I'm just like, or I'm like looking at my pair of shoes and I'm just like, there's something with these shoes. And then the shoes just like break or something when I'm out and about. And I'm just like, right, now I have to go buy new shoes. I hate stuff like that. It's interesting, but I hate it.
Yeah. Do you have any more from The
Yes.
Simpsons?
Yeah. There's quite a bit. Like a lot of them were just like more towards the American culture. So I tried to find ones that were like everyone can enjoy. But yeah, Kamala Harris, Trump, Richard Branson's flight into space. So there was this episode, I remember watching it too, where he's just sitting there on a plane and he's looking out and he's, So the Virgin now, people know Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson, who's the other? Elon Musk. They've all given up on humanity and figuring out what to do with coronavirus, and they've gone into space.
Basically. They're off to Mars, aren't they?
They're off to Mars. And yeah, the Virgin Group Magnus and 5 crew mates made history in July traveling in space. So that came true.
Yeah.
What else? UK's lockdown. In the Simpsons movie, Springfield is quarantined under a huge glass dome.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Even like there was this comic book that was talking about the coronavirus, and there was something I remember when this all kicked off, everyone's like, this comic book. Do you remember that?
No.
There was a comic book that was like,
Actually, I think someone at work talked about it.
I think we've spoken about this.
Yeah, I think someone from work talked about it. Isn't there a movie as well that came out in 2012 that's very similar
Yeah,
called Pandemic or something?
yeah.
Or what was it? Yeah.
It's just
It's
scary.
like they shouldn't have made the movie because they made it happen.
100%. There was this other one
Sometimes I
too.
think that you give them ideas. You know what I mean? Like,
But who's listening? You know, you kind of just are just like, it's kind of like when you even like, if you want to get spiritual, even when you think of something, you don't tell anyone and somehow it happens. Do you get that?
yeah.
And you're just
Yeah.
like, shit, like I haven't spoken about this to anyone who's actually listening to my thoughts. You probably sound nuts, but that has happened to me where I'm thinking about something. That happened to me when I wanted to sing and I was thinking about going to classes. I didn't tell anyone. And then all of a sudden, months later, my friend at my workplace was like, oh, you're interested in doing a hobby? They have a discount to go sing. And I'm like, do 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 do.
Coincidence? Or are you just looking for signs?
So true. And you're just like, yeah, because your consciousness is probably like picking up things too. So you just don't know. You don't know what you know. When you know, you don't know that either.
And also, I think your head's manifesting stuff because you're thinking about things and you're putting them into the forefront of your mind. So then it's like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's slow.
There's this other one that was freaky as well. I don't know this guy, but I read the article here and it's saying Roy Horn being mauled by a tiger. All right.
Yeah, they predicted that.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
So back in 1993, that feels like ages ago. And then I'm just like, Jess, you were born in 1991. God.
I was born in 1992.
Scary, eh? Anyway,
Yeah.
back in 1993, a German magic duo came to Springfield and were mauled by their white tigers, but fans later drew chilling comparisons between that sequence and what happened to Roy Horn, a real magic duo. That's weird. Ready? So it was in Springfield for the episode, and he was in Siegfried. Oh, Siegfried and Roy. That was the duo. Ooh, in
Siegfried.
2003. And a 7-year-old white tiger named Medicor attacked Roy during a show, and he was left with life-changing injuries, including a severed spine and oh, ill. I'm not even going to finish that. That's disgusting. Injuries.
Wow.
The Ebola virus as well. God.
Don't like the biggest thing I think The Simpsons teaches you is just like don't have tigers. Well,
like even this other one I'm looking at where it says like Curious George and the Ebola virus. It's a book that Marge is like reading to Lisa. Like there's so many. There's like the list is never ending. Like it just makes me think like Prince's death was predicted as well. So Prince died in 2016. And back in 2008 showed an agent getting Homer to kill off Prince because unfortunately there are certain stars that don't do what we want. Jesus.
I think like they must know what's going on.
The writers are probably like, we've got
In on it.
information.
Or do you reckon they just go scour the internet for like clues about stars and stuff, what's going on?
I wonder. They should interview one of those writers. Matt. Is it Matt something? I don't know.
He's the creator,
Oh,
Matt Brosling, but I don't know whether he like writes the storylines. We have to find out, but it kind of makes sense in that, hey, it's part of 20th Century Fox, like in America, the
that's
TV
true.
show. So it's like part of a huge corporation that feeds a lot of the news and information to the masses. So I wouldn't put it past them as having someone on the inside of all these organizations, if they do exist, like the Illuminati, like like all that kind of stuff that knew, you know, the issues that were going on with Prince and
Trump and
yeah, and like within the groups and all that kind of stuff. So if there is like a new world order with like all these secret groups who have more power and all that kind of stuff, then maybe the Simpsons knows about it and is having a little commentary about it.
I know it's scary.
Mm.
But
Another one is that they reckon that Michael Jackson was murdered.
I do believe that. I said that from day one. It's kind of like even
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe. I'm just like, I know her health
I reckon
struggles.
he was murdered.
Yeah, and I'm just like, good lord.
By the cleaner.
Oh
Remember
yeah,
the
the cleaner.
cleaner?
Yeah. The maid.
The cleaner injected her
Yeah.
while she was asleep and she died.
The story, like, it's interesting because she was clutching the phone, and she had like they say she had a White House card in her hand. That's the rumor. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Imagine being a fly on the wall, but then I'm like, I wouldn't want to know because then you become the target.
Or like if no one knows that you know, but you know, and then you're just like,
Yeah.
ignorance is bliss, my friend.
Yeah. Ignorance is kind of bliss.
Okay. Well, that's
When-
wrap, James.
Oh, really? That was so quick.
Boom. I have to go
Boom.
to dinner now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for listening.
I miss you, James.
I miss you too, Jess. Bye.